I need someone to tell me, where do I go to meet somebody? Do I use dating apps or I don't even know?
I'm on the hunt. I'm going out to look for some guys.
Dating in 2026 is just nearly impossible.
The men that I've run across are just...
You make plans to go out to dinner. You've been texting, you've been talking all week. And
this is the lowest effort they've ever seen men put into trying to get.
So in year before last year, I was like, you know what? I no longer want to be single. I am going to start dating.
Y'all done figured out where all the good men is.
Want to tell me, where do I go to meet somebody? Do I use dating apps or I don't even know? Am I going to meet someone at the grocery store and I shouldn't do Walmart delivery? Probably. Or maybe I should go to the gym more than I like to think that I do.
She's looking everywhere for men except the one place that actually matters. Taking initiative. Men have spent years hearing they shouldn't approach, so now they're staying out of the way. You can't complain about the silence and refuse to speak first.
First time in years that I'm on the hunt. I'm going out to look for some guys. Being about to turn 40 for the last 15 years, every time I've gone out, I just like to have a good time with my friends, and I get home the next day, I'm like, I didn't even really look to see if there was anyone out there. So yeah, we're switching it up. So let us know where the vibes for a Friday night, and especially I feel like lots of people are finishing work for the year. So yeah, let us know where the lads are.
See, this is the part men understand. If you've spent 15 years not looking for a relationship, you can't suddenly expect the dating scene to be waiting exactly where you left it. Men moved on, built their lives, and found other priorities.
I have a serious question. Where are all the men at who know how to hold a conversation? Where you ask a question and they answer, and then they ask a question and then you answer and you ask a question, to form a connection, to build some interest, to get to know each other on a deeper level. Where are these men? Because they're not on Hinge. My shoulders are sore from carrying all of these fucking conversations with men on Hinge. God forbid someone asked me a follow-up question.
Maybe men got tired of carrying conversations too. If every interaction feels like an interview where they're expected to entertain and impress, eventually they stop investing. A real connection takes two people asking questions, so I'm just going to
rant a little bit about dating. I'm 50 years old, and I talk to my girlfriends all the time about this. Dating in 2026 sucks. You make plans to go out to dinner. You've been texting, you've been talking all week, and you meet at a restaurant or wherever, coffee. And everything's good, conversation's good. You are like, okay, I'm going to keep texting, talking, whatever. And then the other person ghosts you, or all of a sudden just stops texting or stops calling, or I think it's really weird. It's not I guess when we're growing up and people were kind of normal. The women are crazy because men think women drink too much. The guys are immature. The older they get, the more immature they are. This isn't coming from me. It's coming from a lot of other people. Women feel entitled. They feel because they're a woman that the man should pay for dinner wherever they want, whenever they want. The men want sex immediately. The list goes on and on and on. It's just freaking weird. Who relates?
Notice how she admits both sides are frustrated, yet men are still expected to keep chasing. Maybe men aren't immature, they're just finally recognizing that modern dating comes with too much risk and too little reward.
Are just... It's not it. It's not it for me. And I feel like a lot of it is society's fault. Everything is so hyper sexual nowadays, and I can't stand for an overly lustful man to talk to me. It's such a turn off for me. And I think part of that is because I'm just not that type of woman that's out there sleeping around. I actually have to have a connection with someone to lay up with them, for real. And I can't just do that whole like first night, like we gonna link, or one night stands. Like that's not me. And I feel like that's a lot of what happens. And if they're not like hypersexual, then a lot of what I see is that they just want to brag and boast about their money and the cars that they drive and how much jewelry they have, and they think that money is what is going to impress me, and it does not. It doesn't. Let's talk about your family values. Let's talk about your career goals. Let's talk about religion. Like, what's your relationship with God like? What books have you read lately? What hobbies do you have that are healthy hobbies that are helping to elevate you in life? Like, that's the kind of stuff that really impresses me. And I just feel like what I'm seeing is not it. And the fact that I have been single for so long, and I've been praying about it a lot, like I really have. I've been praying for God to send me my husband because I'm ready to have a partner, right?
Lish is looking for depth, and that's fair, but men aren't mind readers either. If you want a man who values faith, family, and commitment, you have to look where those men actually are, not judge every man by the loudest ones you encounter.
And put into trying to get a date with you type thing. And I have to agree, it's ridiculous. Like, I have friends, and myself too, who luckily I'm not worried about it, but like my friends that are really looking to get into serious relationships, they're like, literally, my friend was working all day. She couldn't text the guy. Well, I guess you're not interested. After they went on one date with one another. There's a thing called having a job. And when you have a job, sometimes you concentrate on your job. Then it's like they expect you to text them first. Nobody wants to plan a date. Everybody wants to do the bare minimum. It's never, the only successful relationships that I've ever have been when, like, say we met on an app and it was like, oh, like we talked about kids, ages, stuff like that. And then it was like, how about we meet? I would love to meet you out, because we don't want to do small talk. We want to see if we have a connection and we like one another. Meet me here at this time. See you then. And then, like, minimal communication.
The irony is she's describing exactly what many men want: skip the endless texting and meet face to face. But when men stop over communicating, suddenly they're accused of doing the bare minimum. Sometimes efficiency isn't a lack of interest, it's maturity.
For last year, I was like, you know what? I no longer want to be single. I am going to start dating, and I'm going to put myself out there to meet people to date. Now, when I said that, I know I was deluding myself because I don't go anywhere. Anyways, a friend of mine said, girl, try Tinder over there, so I meet my boyfriend. And I'm like, okay, cool. Boom. Went over Tinder. And I was starting, I was swiping on people, swiping right on a couple of people. And there was somebody that swiped back right on me. When I looked at the profile, I'm like, this person looks so familiar. And I could pick up where I knew this person from. And like every couple of days, I would go back through the pictures because like, this person, it looks so familiar. And then, I don't know, it clicked one day. And I'm like, oh, this is one of my friend's boyfriend. And I'm like, yeah, let me just unmatch, because even though she and I weren't friends, my friend and her were friends, and it would have been nasty. So I'm like, you know what, let me just leave that alone. I don't know if they were dating at the time or whatever, but that's how I knew of him, kinda. So I left that alone.
She did the right thing by walking away, but notice the bigger problem: she didn't even know if the man was actually single. That's the dating market now. Confusion, hidden situations, and people wondering why men and women are losing trust.
There was this Asian guy that matched with me, and he and I were conversing. But like when minima talk, and he said something to the regards of wrestling, and I'm like, oh, that is actually cool. And we were there talking. And I'm like, did you do wrestling in high school? He's like, yeah, he did wrestling in high school. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then he's like, and I still do wrestling now. And I'm like, professionally? He's like, no, not really. I'm like, okay, cool. And then he says he does wrestling with a lot of girls, and he has also wrestled with girls on Tinder. And it kind of did strike me as being strange, because I'm like, you are a man. Why are you trying to wrestle girls? And why are you trying to find girls to wrestle with on Tinder? And I found it to be the strangest thing. Anyways, like a couple of days had passed, and I didn't go back over on Tinder because it's another social media where it takes a lot out of me because I have to be actively conversing with people. So I was talking.
The interesting part is she says she barely checks Tinder yet expects the app to produce a serious relationship. That's the problem with modern dating. People want commitment without wanting to invest the time and effort required to actually meet someone.
And my friend was like, so how is the dating site, how is it going? And I'm like, oh, I'm meeting these kind of people, yada, yada, yada. The conversations are going. But there is just this one person that constantly tells me that they want to wrestle with me and that they've wrestled with a lot of girls. My friend was like, which dating site are you on? And I'm like, I'm on Tinder. And my friend goes, please to come off of that site. I'm like, what do you mean? My friend says, nobody on that site is serious. Like, it's bare jokers over there and it's kind of like a hookup site. And I'm like, no, that's not true, because somebody told me that they met their boyfriend over there. My friend goes, yeah, it is possible, but it is far and few. And that person that's telling you that they want to wrestle with you, they're actually telling you that they want to have sex with you. And the girls that they've wrestled with on Tinder is them having sex with these girls on Tinder, them hooking up. And I'm like, what?
And that's the problem with dating apps. People aren't always saying what they actually mean. If you're looking for a serious relationship and a guy keeps making vague sexual jokes, that's your answer. Men aren't confused about what they want, they're just not always upfront about it.
So I came off the site. I deleted all my pictures and I came off the site. Then, I think it was last year, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try this whole dating site thing again. And a friend of mine recommended, I think it was Bumble, and I'm like, okay, cool, let me see what it is about. So I went on Bumble, made an account, and I matched with this guy that lives somewhere in Kingston, and I obviously don't live in Kingston. So I told him, and we were there talking, and we spoke for like the entire day, and the next day we just didn't talk. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe this dating site thing is really and truly not for me. I'll try to meet people in other ways, but
nobody wants to keep investing energy into conversations that disappear overnight. Eventually men just decide their piece is worth more. Y'all figured out where all the good men at, and I ain't even going to gatekeep on you. No gatekeeping, because I want
get out where all the good men at. And I ain't even gonna gatekeep it, because I want everybody to know. Just like I had to find out, and I found out where all the good men at, I'm gonna share it with you ladies, because we some good women out here, right? I know where the good women are. Y'all know where the good, and I know where all the good men at. All the good men are right where the good women are. In the house. They in the house, y'all. Y'all, they in the house just like we are. They are going to work and then coming home and chilling in the house. And it's a fact. So we have good men and good women. They're just in the house hanging out by themselves. Now, I don't know what we gonna do. We gonna never ever meet up, because if he in the house and I'm in the house, how we gonna find each other? But that is facts, y'all. It is facts that all the good men are in the house just like all the good women. We gotta find a way to get up out of here.
The funniest part is she found the good men, and they're exactly where men have been saying they are, at home minding their business. If both sides are hiding from modern dating, maybe the problem isn't that good people disappeared, maybe they just stopped participating.
And say things such as, where are all the good men gone? Or that they want to be in a relationship with an awakened masculine man. And this is great, but the reality is that you are not going to attract a man like that in your life unless you are at his level. And when I say at his level, I don't mean financially, I don't mean employment status, I don't mean looks. I mean at his level, at his frequency, his energetic frequency. An awakened masculine man has done the work. He's at a level where he is comfortable in his skin. He is driven with purpose, and he is only going to look at or embark on a relationship with a woman who has done her own inner work, who has tended to her ancestral and generational wounds, who is comfortable in her feminine energy. an awakened masculine man will not just settle for any type of woman. He will look and find an awakened feminine.
A man who's built himself, found purpose and developed discipline isn't going to ignore compatibility. If you want a high-quality man, you have to bring something meaningful to the relationship too that's not arrogance, it's standards anyway. That's enough for today. Subscribe, hit the notification bell like Sherry, and stay tuned for the next.